Hello twin flames, and welcome to the Divine Masculine reading for Sunday. So we're going to bring in Jesus cards today, loving words from Jesus. So what loving words does Jesus have today for the Divine Masculine? Because the Divine Masculines are being led into love, towards you, which is love, towards a better future, which will bring in love, and to help them to be in the energy of love, so the more authentic and live in their truth. So Jesus obviously gives this power to the masculines to harness this love. So thank you, angels. What's the energy, please, Jesus, around the masculine today? What are you helping him with? Thank you, thank you. So the energy is, do you know, this is so beautiful because you saw me shuffle the deck and the card just comes out. You and your masculine today, divine feminine, are mirrors. You are mirrors of each other because Jesus came through to you today in your message and said, love one another as I have loved you. So this is also a mirrored message for the divine masculine to look around his life, to forgive, to heal and to feel free, to love everyone equally and to be able to give you love equally too, because that's a big thing. It feels sometimes on this journey like it's out of sync. You know, the feminine is giving, the masculine is taking. And it needs to be balanced equally in give and take. So if the feminine is constantly giving, the masculine isn't learning to give back. If the feminine is constantly taking, then it works both ways. And the feminine never takes without giving. If you feel that you're in that energy, you're running from what your masculine is giving to you, then you're operating in masculine energy. But the angels are saying that the masculines know to move into permanent union. And that's what they are seeking, just like you are, divine feminine. They need to balance this out. And the way they do that is reviewing their life and really sorting through it and sorting it out. Not just thinking it, but doing it. And that's the problem they've had in the past, especially before 2020, because it wasn't quite the right time. There was all these awakenings globally that needed to take place first, and that's why 2020 was such a powerful, intense year. We went through things on a global scale we haven't experienced before, not these generations living in this moment anyway. You know, previous lifetimes and previous, generations may have experienced war and famine and poverty and things like this, but we've had to experience restrictions and lockdowns like we've never experienced before, and that's woke people up to who they are and their truth. It's made people understand that they don't want to go out to work, they want to work from home and become self-employed and be entrepreneurs. They don't want to be around relationships that they're just living a life or living for the children or living because they've made a vow that they feel that they can't go against, or this is about living for the self. And that's really what 2020 brought in. So the masculine also had a huge wake-up call during 2020. And between now and 2024 is when things are shifting and changing. So the masculines are learning all of these powerful lessons. And they're being guided constantly. They're being guided and shown the way by people around them in their lives. So as feminines, we connect with readings, our guides, our angels, and we do that very easily and very simply, whereas the masculines struggle with that. So they get their guidance and their lessons and their knowledge and wisdom from the experiences they have in the physical world. And that's why it can seem quite hard for the feminine, because as a feminine we think, why are they staying in those situations? Why aren't they walking away? It's not a loving energy they are in. But they don't know anything else. That's their way of dealing with what's going on and learning the lessons, whereas the feminines are more strong and spiritually aware and more independent. So you've already moved away from the things that are toxic to your soul and the things that are hurting you, but your masculine, through what they are going through, is teaching you surrender and let go. It's very powerful. So don't judge their journey or think, if it was me I'd do this, because unless you're walking in someone's shoes, we can never truly understand. And the feminine and masculine operate in different energies for this reason. So we grow and learn from the situation. Remember, our journey is hard to us because it's our journey. If we look at the masculine or another feminine and we think, wow, they've got it so easy, remember, you're not actually living their life. They may be looking at you thinking, you've got it so easy. So it's always about having compassion and seeing through the 3D surface level illusion and focusing on peace. So the masculine is being shown by Jesus and everything that's going on around him to love one another. As Jesus said, as I have loved you, to be kind and loving. And he knows now he needs to make decisions from the heart, not just to be kind and loving to the self, but to be kind and loving to you and to his karmic partner and everyone else. And we obviously give love by releasing ourselves from what needs to go. So in other words, the masculine is going to honour and, in a way, love the karmic partner more by walking away from them because it isn't serving their soul. And if it triggers you to hear that they love them, see it from a soul level. On a soul level, you love that person because that person is teaching you lessons and teaching your twin lessons and getting you both ready for union. So we have to look at it without the ego. It's very easy for me to do this as a reader when I'm doing readings because I'm operating from my higher self in the angelic realm where there is no ego. But obviously as a divine feminine myself, once I go back into my earthly body and come back down into Liz energy, when I'm off camera and doing my day-to-day thing, obviously the ego is there. So I understand how hard it is to experience these things because it was hard for me to experience them too. But we get through it with support from heaven. So the masculines are learning their lessons and they are learning to be good to themselves, which ultimately has an effect on being loving and kind to others by walking away from what doesn't serve the soul and the heart and, the journey and walking towards what does. I hope this helps. Have a great day and I'll see you soon.